Yo, what is good, YouTube? Welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we are going to be doing episode number 16 of I Build Your Teams, the series where I build my viewers' teams into the best teams possible for my team unlimited and or competitive play based on how much MT they have, what their squad is currently looking like, and things of that nature. Now, before we hop into today's video, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button to help me push towards the 3,000 subscriber mark on the channel. We're less than 175 subscribers away, trying to hit that in the next month or so, and I'd really appreciate your support if you haven't already. If you do subscribe. But yeah, without further ado, let's not waste any time. Let's hop right into it. Let's start off with the first team today, which comes in from my boy Rect, one of my mods in my Twitch channel. If y'all haven't yet, make sure y'all go follow the Twitch as well. I stream basically every single day over there and would really appreciate it if y'all do drop a follow over there as well. But enough self-promotion. Point being, this squad: Steph Curry, Gary Payton, Dwayne Wade, Buddy, Kawhi, Silas, Rudy, Isaac, Dolph, and Jokic. Here's my thing. This is a really good team, and my thing about Rect is I know Rect pretty well. He loves Curry, he loves Wade, he loves Dolph Chase. Those are like three, I think, musts for him. So with the way that he likes to play the game, which is 300 and stuff like that, I honestly think, because the way typically I would recommend that you like move Wade to the one and move Curry to the bench or sell Curry or something like that. Leave your backcourt the way it is. Your backcourt is totally fine. Buddy Hield off the bench is a bucket. Your threes are totally fine. Honestly, your fours are totally fine even. And with 3 mil, you have a lot of MT flexibility. So the one thing that I would recommend doing, this Jokic is just not it at all. And I'm sure you know that, but I mean, you could go the budget option if you could pick up an Evan Mobley if you really don't want to spend any MT, but just pick up an Evan Mobley. He's going to be a significant upgrade over Jokic right there. Or you could go the option of potentially going more expensive and just go get yourself the best center in the game. Pink Diamond D-Rob, 75th anniversary, just go pick him up. He's going to be 250, 300K, but pay the MT, get the best center in the game, and you still have 2.7 mil. So you got a couple different options there, but I think backup center is really the only crucial upgrade on this squad. Just a really good all-around squad, and I know the way you like to play as well, so definitely should be a fun squad to use as well. Next team today comes in from my boy AP, 150 on current, and he's thinking about getting Buddy Hield and Scotty Barnes. Jaw Wall, Jaw, Clay, Cliff, AK, Silas, Draymond, Pippen, D-Rob, and Mobley. Okay, so I think in terms of a budget squad, this is really good. I think Buddy Hield is a definite upgrade that I would 100% recommend over Cliff Hagan. There's a significant upgrade there. He's a much better creator. His release is better. He's just overall a better card than Cliff Hagan. Definitely a great upgrade there at that backup shooting guard position. Not going to cost you a ton of MT either. And then if you want to, you could go the direction of picking up a guy like Penny Hardaway and moving John Wall to the bench. I don't think that's a necessity. You can probably just keep your team the way it is besides picking up Buddy Hield if you want to. I would probably not go the direction of picking up Scotty Barnes because I just don't like his release. I think Pippen is a better card than Scotty Barnes. I think AK is a better card than Scotty Barnes, and those are probably the two guys you would be looking to potentially replace. So for me personally, the only upgrade I would make is Buddy Hield and then potentially Penny Hardaway, depending on if you want to spend the MT for him or not. Third team today comes in from Ryan. He's got about 350K. Conley's badged and Dame is badged. He runs pick and pop. I understand Conley badged. Just get rid of him. He's not worth running at this point. I'm going to recommend a couple of things for the squad, though. This is definitely one of those teams that I think could use a decent bit of work. Not a bad squad at all, but I am going to pull up 2KDB and just build it into a better all-around budget squad, because with 350K, you have enough MT to be very flexible with that MT. So what I'm going to do is go Penny at the 1. I think Penny is the best, arguably, point guard in the game, and he is a very reasonable value right now. I would go Lillard at the 2. I think, looking at the squad, you could go I think Buddy Hield can play, and I think Danny Green can play too, honestly. Buddy Hield obviously can play. I have no doubts about that. Danny Green, I think, can play as the backup shooting guard, though, especially next to a guy like Damian Lillard, who can be that primary ball handler for you. And then at the 3, you're running Chris Mullen and Green currently. I moved Green to the 2. Sell Eddie Jones. Go get yourself a Andre Kirilenko. Get the masked version. And then off the bench, what do we run at the 4s right now? We're going to change the 4s. John Collins and Pippen. Okay, go Pippen at the backup 3. You can do this. This is a little bit more than I'm thinking through on this squad potentially. Rudy Gay at the 4. I don't like your 4s right now currently. We could go who at the backup 4? Draymond Green. And then we go George Mikan at the starting 5 and Evan Mobley at the backup 5. You can build this squad for a very reasonable amount of T. Your only cards you're really buying are Penny, Rudy, Draymond, and Mikan, and all combined, those are probably going to cost you 150-ish, maybe a little bit more, but not a ton more MT at all. Just a very, very reasonably priced team that is really able to compete with top squads in the game. I think if you can build this squad, you're going to have a great team in MyTEAM. Next team today does come in from Wavy. He's got about 60K. He's looking for a backup 4, but switching Draymond around, getting a 5 would be nice too. And honestly, I got a couple of upgrades for this squad. The first thing I'm going to say is I think you just honestly sell Kevin Durant. This KD is not, he's solid, but he's not elite at this point in the game. And I think Draymond gives you more on the defensive end of the court, as well as the ability to shoot just as fine as KD. Maybe not quite as good of a release, but he's a better defender and maybe not be as good of a creator. But honestly, I think Draymond for his value is a better option than Kevin Durant. So what I would do is I would plug in Draymond at the starting 4, sell your KD, and then use that. Well, you don't even need to use that MT. Just pick up Evan Mobley as your backup center. You're going to profit MT, and I think you're going to have just as well-rounded of a lineup. You put Draymond at the 4, Evan Mobley backup center. Your squad is totally fine, still a super good squad, and you're going to save some T and be sitting closer to about 150,000 T, which gives you a lot more flexibility in a squad that I think is honestly just as good. Next in today comes in from Trent. He's got a little over 1.1 mil. Definitely a super solid squad. Wall and Penny is totally good. Buddy and T-Mac is decent. I know you locked in for Hakeem, so T-Mac, yeah, he's definitely good. Rudy is great. Scotty Barnes, he's really good defensively and he's great in transition, but I think you could definitely do better. Giannis is fine at the 4 because I know you have him locked in. I know this one doesn't get badged, but that's cool. And then Draymond and Boogie is totally good. Says he would like to buy LeBron, but I don't think he needs him. And I kind of agree with that. I don't feel like you need LeBron. What I would actually do is move Rudy Gay to the bench 3 and pick up Kawhi Leonard. I think that's the best upgrade that you can make right now, is to replace Scotty Barnes with a guy, Kawhi Leonard, who's just going to be a better all-around card than Scotty at basically everything. Put Kawhi here, Rudy off the bench. And otherwise, I don't really think you need to touch anything. I personally would probably start Penny and bring Wall off the bench, but you're totally fine running Wall at your starting point guard. Really good squad. I think if you make that one upgrade to Kawhi, you're going to have a super great team all the way around. Second to last team for today does come in from Davis. He's looking at picking up Shaq. He's got Diamond Westbrook and close to evoing him. 3.3 mil MT. 3.3 mil MT is a lot of MT. It does give you a ton of flexibility to work with. Starting lineup is definitely really solid. I got no issues with this. AI off the bench he's fine, I guess. It'll work. Kawhi, Gerald Wallace. I don't like Larry Bird and I don't like Brian Reeves. And what I also will say is I would not run Diamond Westbrook either, or Shaq. Neither of these two guys are guys that I would be running in my lineup. I wouldn't pick up Shaq and Westbrook. I would honestly sell back. But what I would do is pick up Rudy Gay. Sell this Larry Bird, pick up Rudy Gay. He's going to be a much better option for you than Larry Bird is. And you can play Rudy Gay at your backup power forward. And then definitely pick up a center as well. With 3.3 mil, I think the direction I would honestly go is picking up the best center in the game in 75th anniversary David Robinson, and then move KG to the bench. You make those 2 upgrades, Rudy Gay and 75th anniversary D-Rob, and you have one of the best squads in the game. You could still, I think, go Penny Hardaway and Dwayne Wade, because I think those are probably the 2 best point guards in the game right now, instead of Magic and AI. Magic and AI will totally get the job done. It's not something that you need to change up at all. Those are the only 2 upgrades I really would recommend, are Rudy and 75th D-Rob. Finally, last team for today does come in from He Sold. He's gone current. Everyone is badged out and he has 300k MT. So Penny, Clay, Kawhi, Giannis, and Caleb, a super solid starting lineup. Ja, Buddy, Pippen, Dolph, and Jaren Jackson is a really good bench as well. Honestly, this is a great team, not a team that I think is in need of a lot of work, but one player who I think you have to find a spot for is Rudy Gay. I think he's significantly better than Scottie Pippen, one of the best, if not the best cards under 100k, probably the best card under 100k in my team currently, and I think he is a guy you plug in for Scottie Pippen. He's worth the upgrade. He's such a better creator, and honestly, basically as good of a defender because of how elite his player build and animations are, despite the fact that his badges aren't as good. So I'd plug him in for Pippen, sell your Pippen, and then honestly at that point, I don't think you need to make any other changes. Love, especially I assume you have him evoed, is definitely a solid center option, and Jaren Jackson Jr. is a great budget center as well. So honestly, you get yourself a Rudy Gay for Scottie Pippen, and this is a great squad that isn't in need of very many upgrades, if any at all. So overall, a lot of good teams today. Not a lot of teams that really needed significant upgrades, but definitely some tweaks here and there can improve all these squads into being just better versions of themselves. So hopefully y'all did find this video interesting, and hopefully it did help you out if I did put your squad in this video. If I didn't put your squad in this video, make sure you follow me on Twitter. My link is always down in the description on every single video, and be on the lookout for a tweet about this series next Friday night, and drop your team under that tweet for a chance to be included in that video. But yeah, that is going to do it for this video. If you did enjoy, again, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe, and I'll be back with more 2K content very, very soon. I appreciate y'all. Peace.